Yeah, allowed. Any points, quick points before we proceed ahead? Points that you liked, you appreciated. Those were there, yes. Okay, we discussed something about the pilgrimage also. Yes, the Dham or the holy abode of Lord gives us an opportunity to do the Padasevana, serving the lotus feet of Lord. Very nice. What else?
It's important to serve Vaishnavas.
It's important to serve Vaishnavas because Vaishnava Seva is Padasevana. Serving the Vaishnavas is as good as serving the Lord directly. Nice. Tadi Upasana is the name of the process. Thank you. Anyone else?
Bathing in Ganga and Yamuna is also Padasevana.
Yes, bathing in Ganges and Yamuna is also Padasevana. Good. Any other point?
How to serve Vaishnavas.
How to serve Vaishnavas, yes.
To follow their instructions.
Yes. Ask them, how can I serve you? And then you're finished. I mean, your first view is finished. And they give you a very nice engagement. Okay. So even Arcanam, we saw something about deity worship. We discussed many examples. A guru teaches the Arcanam system and then the Pancharatrika Vidhi. So there are two systems. The one system is called the Bhagavad system and the second system is called the Pancharatriki system. So these are the two things, two aspects of spiritual life, two systems. Alright, so requesting all devotees to please pay attention. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there's recommendation? No recommendation of Pancharatriki worship. Why? Because in this age of Kali Yuga, even without deity worship, everything can be perfectly performed simply through hearing, chanting, remembering, and worship of the lotus feet of Lord. Which means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam. Everything can be perfect. But still, Prabhupada has given us deity worship. What is the reason? I have told in the class. Yes, to develop Brahminical qualities, very good. What else? Yes, to develop a regulation. Anything else apart from this? Yes, we'll have relationship with the deities. I'm just putting my phone on silent and requesting others also to do that. Yes. What else?
Believing that Krishna is a person.
Yeah, we get the feeling the bhakti is all about considering Krishna. We understand, we get this realization. God is a person. That's the highest realization, topmost realization. All right. Thank you for your wonderful answers. Let's proceed ahead. So that is why it is important or not? Should we have or not have? We should have. Another place Prabhupada writes, deity worship is very, very essential for the neophyte devotees. Which means for us to feel the presence of Lord, a pure devotee and advanced devotee can feel presence of Lord everywhere. Right? Krishna mai Krishna yara bhitare bahire jaha jaha netra pade taha Krishna spure. That's the very definition of Krishna consciousness. Wherever the pure devotee's eyes, his vision falls, he is able to see Krishna there. That is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. But are we on that platform? No. So thus we need the deities to relate to. Okay. Does that mean advanced devotee should not do deity worship? You would say, hey, he's doing deity worship, he's a neophyte. Neophyte devotee. Deity worship is for neophyte devotees. Sometimes people used to say that even in our earlier days of ISKCON, there was one great sannyasi. He would go around different temples telling, only the neophytes will sit and ring the bell in temple. The advanced devotees will go in the buses and distribute books. Hare Krishna. And Prabhupada got to know this, he was not happy. It was very heavy. Right? But the point what I wanted to ask all of you is it true that an advanced devotee doesn't worship deities? Yes or no? Is it true or false? Every Goswami has had their own deities. 7 Goswami temples. That was the instruction Mahaprabhu gave to Goswamis. He gave them several instructions, prominently 4, out of which one was establish the worship of Radha Krishna. Right? So you have to worship deity. All Goswamis had their deities. Right? So deity worship is for neophyte means in the sense that we need the deities to relate. But at the same time, very advanced devotees, they are very, very attached to the deities. They carry the deities everywhere they worship. Like I love the example of Prabhu Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Whichever place he is, whichever part of the world, whatever time he sleeps, he is very compassionate. He keeps meeting devotees. Sometimes 1:30, sometimes 2 o'clock, sometimes 2:30. I will see 3 o'clock. But no matter what, next day when the altar opens, he is there worshipping deities. Right? For him, such an important principle. Yes. So for neophyte devotees, deity worship is a need. And the advanced devotees cannot live without it. Also. Okay. What does Rupa Goswami state? Now I request you all to, we recited this shloka before, we'll again still recite. You can all try to recite with me. Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshidamavad Vayasaki Kirtane Prahlada Smarane Tadangri Bhajane Lakshmi Pratu Bhojane Akrurasva Vivandane Kapipatir Dasyeta Sakyarjuna Sarvaswatma Nivedane Balirabhut Krishna Abdidai Shamparam. So these are the names. Now without seeing you all can tell. So what is the translation of this sloka? You will all tell. Very easy. You all know this. Seriously. Parikshit Maharaj, example of hearing. Next. Shukadeva Goswami is the example of Kirtanam, glorifying Krishna. So please raise your hands, please. Those who would like to raise their hands, please. Somebody else, please do not make mistakes, don't worry. 2 done. 7 more to go. Only 7 more. Group work we are expert, Prabhuji. Single we cannot play. In group you ask. Okay, chalo, in group. Go ahead. That's easy. Yes. Prahlad Maharaj Smaranam, okay. See, now everyone is answering. Group answer will do, individual will not say. Okay, Mother Lakshmi Padasevana, or then Hanumanji Seva, okay, Hanumanji is Dasyam, very good. Vandana Makrura, 6 over. 3 more to go. Arjuna Sakhyam, very good. Bali Atma Nivedanam, anything we missed? Prithu Maharaj, you had asked me that question yesterday. So he was asking a question. Prabhuji, Prithu Maharaj, we see 4th canto Bhagavatam, we don't see him the worshipping deities. Oh, but he was worshipping deities. Please don't think otherwise. He actually was very, very staunch worshipper of deities and how he worshipped the Supreme Lord, how he worshipped the devotees of Lord, the 4 Kumaras that is mentioned. And this is a shloka that comes in the Puranas. Like Rupa Goswami is saying, but it's having a Puranic evidence. And the Puranas give much more details. Puranas don't talk about Amrish Maharaj. Amrish Maharaj, we only know that 3 shlokas, Samari Mana Krishna Padara, he always engages everything in Krishna service. Second thing we know about Amrish Maharaj is Durvasa episode. But there are many more pastimes of Amrish Maharaj. In fact, Amrish Maharaj, he had many, many queens. And all his queens had deities. You know that? Not only that, his entire population, they all had deities of Radha and Krishna. And at any point of time, you go is to go and ask the citizens, so what is the goal of your life? They'll say you want to go back to God. Goal of Vrindavan. That's the goal of your life. So these all details we get in Puranas like Brahma Vaivar Puran, Padma Puran. They give more details in this. Right? Okay. So all these great devotees serve the Lord according to a particular process. But every one of them attained salvation and became eligible to return back home, back to Lord. So this is the proof. You can do any of these processes. Therefore, it is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is explained in the Bhagavatam. It is therefore recommended that initiated devotees follow the principles of Narada Pancharatra by worshipping the deity in the temple. So that's why in temple worship we have some qualification. Those who are second initiated, Brahman initiated, they serve the Lord in the altar. Here, what is the standard for cooking for deities? First or second? Anyone? What is standard to cooking? Deity cooking?
The cooking is everyone.
All are allowed.
Sundays,
Yes.
anybody who cooks downstairs is all.
Okay, so Lord is merciful, He accepts. Oh, yes.
But on the other days, it's only Brahmani come.
Yeah, on the other days, Brahman initiated, they only cook all 6 hours. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. So that's the standard thing. So we need that initiation. Pancharatri Vidhi, you have to follow when one is initiated. Now comes the point. Especially for the householder devotees who are opulent in material position, the path of deity worship is strongly recommended. People. So now, why is this mentioned? Because a householder, grihastha, he is having many houses, he has a big house, he has a lot of possessions. So what is the natural feeling that will happen? Yeah, to enjoy, this is mine. This is my house, this is my money, and thus what I will do? I will engage this money and house in my enjoyment. Haribo. So this is the tendency. But the moment you install deities or even laminations are okay. You install there, then what will happen? Not install, welcome. In installation in temple, welcoming at home. We welcome the deities, then what will happen? This is whose house? Immediate, this is their home, not my home. Okay? And then this all opulence belongs to whom? Oh, this opulence belongs to them. Yes. An opulent householder devotee who does not engage his hard-earned money in the service of Lord is called a miser. Miser's name in Bhagavad Gita, what is the name given for miser? Kripana. Kripana. Karpanya dosho. That's Karpanya. Kripana. He's a miser. So there's a miserly situation. Householder devotees not engaging their hard-earned money. What is Rupa Goswami's formula? It will come ahead, but we should still discuss. How to engage money? Rupa Goswami, what he says? 50% to be engaged in Krishna consciousness. 25% relatives, family relatives. And 25% savings. How to do this, Prabhu? Very simple, बहुत मुश्किल करना. Feel better not to join Krishna consciousness. Yeah. So what is the meaning is, as soon as we get the money, so we get a particular money, we have 2 accounts. Krishna account, personal account. And this Krishna account, where all we can spend money? Now you get this. Krishna account, how we can spend money? Okay, deity worship. For deity worship, yatras, pilgrimage. You want to sponsor books? Okay, sponsor books. Temple donation. Yes. You can sponsor prasad for Vaishnavas. Then pretty dress, garlands. I have one doubt. Our dhoti kurta all we purchase this here Krishna account or this account? Personal account? I'm sure. The devotees will catch you later. Yes, if it's used in Krishna service, it can be. No problem. Dhoti, kurta, tilak, sari, whatever. I don't know. Gopi dress, huh? Gopi dress. Manjari dress, whatever. So like this, we can have 2 accounts. So that way, 50% we are using in Krishna service. It will happen. Money, fuel, brand, we will calculate fuel. With this fuel, I'm going to temple. This fuel, I'm going for. The people used to do that. Chanakya Pandit, when he was there in his kingdom, he was used to write very nice Arthashastra articles. So many of his teachings, they reached China. So a Chinese influencer, those times, not today's social media influencer, he was very happy to come and so he came to Chandragupta Maurya and he told that I would like to meet your minister, please show me. I come, you are a great king, but I have come to meet actually your minister, who is your guru. He's great. Please show me where is his palace. He laughed. Palace, what palace you're talking about? Oh, he's minister, he must be living in palace. No. He showed, do you see that hut there? Small hut, he lives there. Oh, minister, big minister lives in hut, yeah, that's how he lives. Please go and meet him there, you'll find him. So he went there. And Chanakya Pandit was very intensely doing some work. He was writing and doing some work. There was one lamp in front of him and he was doing work. So this personality came here. Chanakya welcomed him and asked, so, who have you come to meet? You have come to meet the Brahman Chanakya, you have come to meet Minister Chanakya. And this person said, what is the difference? Anyway, we'll say, I have come to meet the person Chanakya. You know what Chanakya did? He took this lamp, he lit another lamp, and he just put up this lamp. He said, please tell me, how can I serve you? He said, I have made a list of questions. Before that, one question I want to ask, why did you change the lamp? Why did you have to change the lamp? He said, yes. This is a lamp which is used. The oil for this lamp is used with the government. The government is giving money for this. The government's lamp. So I use it for doing government job. And this lamp actually, because this is my personal, I use it for personal. Since you have come to meet me personally, this is a lamp. So people kept that account. Government account, personal account like that. Similarly, we can keep. It will be very nice. Right? So that way we are able to divide. How to do it, that you all figure out. I have no experience. One should not engage paid brahmanas to worship the deity. If one does not personally worship the deity, but engages paid servants instead, he is considered, and this worship of deities is called cultivation. This happens in many of the temples of other paramparas also. Brahman Pandit comes, they actually some group of businessmen, they all come together. One Prabhupada is saying they doesn't want. Business group of people come together, chalo hum apna mandir banana hai. So they construct a very nice palace and building and they all make a trust committee. अब worship कौन करेगा? अरे इसका झंझट नहीं लेना हमको. मेरे को आना है. You want to come here? You want to have a fun time? थोड़ा पूजा किया, थोड़ा खाना खाया, थोड़ा भजन किया और फिर घर चला गया. We don't want to take care. These are all things we don't want to do. So what they'll do? They'll hire some Pandit Shastri ji. Please come, and this is the money. You come and every month you do this. This is your job. So that kind of thing should not happen. We have to preach. When we preach Krishna consciousness, we're preaching what did Prabhupada say? We are an ISKCON movement. ISKCON movement is meant to create Brahmanical population. So when we speak Bhagavatam, we train people in Bhagavatam, Brahmanas will naturally be generated. And these Brahmanas together come ahead and then we take care of duties. Yes. So that is a way to do deity worship. Not that two businessmen come together, हम भगवान को लेके आए, हमने मंदिर बनाया, how you will take care. So you get some Shastri ji, Pandit ji. Please come. You will take care now. We give you monthly nice salary. Okay. And you can circulate the puja thali also. That also is yours. So this kind of thing is laziness. So not preaching is laziness. And such kind of deity worship is very artificial. An opulent householder can collect luxurious paraphernalia for deity worship. And consequently, for householder devotees, the worship of deity is Hare Krishna compulsory. One of the other reasons is a householder comes in contact with money. He's touching money. He's touching the opposite gender. He's touching materialistic people. So that touch is very prominent. So before we come in contact and touch with all these things which will make one's brain materialistic, it is very important to come in touch with deities. That contact with deities, touching the cloth of deities, touching the plate of deities, touching the deity's body, bathing them. This all touch is very important. So this touch will purify us from all the material contacts we are going to have. Yes. So that material contact is very contaminating. Mahaprabhu was asked, who is a Vaishnava? What did Mahaprabhu say? Asat Sanga Tyag, he Vaishnava Achar. Trisangi Eka Sadhu Krishna Bhaktar. He told very clearly, first thing you have to become Vaishnava, you want to be Vaishnava, Asat Sanga Tyag. Give up nonsensical association. And what is that association? Two types. Sri Sangi, one is a womanizer. For woman, it is man. Okay. So womanizer, and second is Ek Asalu. Somebody is not a devotee of Lord. Now we come in contact with these people how many times every day? Oh, so many times in our business, workplace, yes, neighborhood. Now so many people like this. So we come in contact with them. So that contact will be very, very contaminating. So in order to protect ourselves from that contamination, it's very important that we come in contact with deities. That is why the deity contact is compulsory. Otherwise, we will. And Prabhupada had continuously an opulent householder. Prabhuji, we are not opulent householder. We are very poor household. Then what? Then also we should have deities. Right? Because a pauper is also proud of his penny. So once there was a beggar, two beggars, they were friends. So these beggars used to be at the top of the bridge and doing begging very nicely. So one day one beggar was not seen for a long time. And after a few weeks, 2-3 weeks, this beggar came back. So his friend asked him, "So where were you?" He said, "Beti ka shadi tha." It was my daughter's wedding. Acha, what did you give for Dahej, dowry? What did you give? He said, "I gave my son-in-law the place below the bridge." The place below the bridge, I gave it to my son-in-law. Now he'll sit there and beg. He thinks he has given that place. So even a beggar is proud of his penny. He down, I given him that place. So whatever you're opulent or poor householder, we definitely have to, as per our Desha Kala Vibhagavit. Dhruv Maharaj was a prince, but he was a prince, but he had gone to the forest. So what kind of worship did Narada Muni tell him? Oh, you have to make. He told you have to have a deity and worship deity. No? He told you have to have deity of Krishna and worship Krishna and Madhu. And he was saying Vrindavan, doing his bhajan. Dhruv. So he didn't tell him, I want marble deities. And then there should be silver plates or golden plates. And then I want Chapan Bhog offering. He didn't say that. He said, make deity out of clay. Because that was practical for him. But make the principle is there, compulsory. Make it. And next. In our Krishna consciousness movement, there are. We are all supposed to read actually. That's how we go. When I am blank, you are also supposed to read. Once again. Now, Krishna consciousness movement, there are. There are very few these days. Very less devotees joining. We need brahmacharis. Grastas mostly are there. Vanaprasthas also very less. And sannyasis filter out. Very, very less. The 100 brahmacharis, one will become sannyasi. See. But deity worship in the temple should be performed especially by Hari was very clear. The brahmacharis can go with sannyasis to preach, and the vanaprasthas should prepare themselves for next stages of renounced life, sannyas. So, Prabhupada, this is what you wanted. You wanted the brahmacharis and sannyasis to focus on going out and preaching. The grahasthas should take care of the temple activities. Yes, take care of the deities especially. In our temple, there are 4 very important departments. Yes, what are they? First important is deities. If they are happy, everything is happy. Yes, deity is active, funds will also come. Funds come, we can give a kitchen department. When a nice prasad is there, we are confident to preach. These are 4 main things Prabhupada says. Yes. Deity, accounts, kitchen, and preaching. 4 departments. They all run very nicely. But deity should be the center of the community. Can we imagine our ISKCON Calvary without our Radha? How many will come here? Nobody will come. This is any other place there. Was this church, Prabhu?
It was an Italian club.
Oh, it was Italian club. This will become Indian club. I don't think even Indians will come here. Nobody will want to come. It will only be empty club. Nobody. Yes, so they're here. Radha, the lordships are there. They are the center. That's why we are all sitting here. And even though they are preparing to rest, but they are listening to my Bhagavatam. What this fellow is speaking, they're listening, and who is all hearing? Who all have come, they know everything. Where we can see beyond curtains, we can't see him. That's what even Lord Krishna says, right? Vedaham Samatitani Vartamani Chajana, Bhavishani Bhutani, Mamtu Vedana Gachani. You don't know me, but I know everything about you. Past, present, future. He's watching. Because he's there, we are here. Right? So brahmacharis can go with the sannyasis to preach. Vanaprastha should prepare for the next stage of life. Grihastha devotees, however, are generally engaged in material activities which to earn money. Earning money is material activities. That doesn't mean grihastha should engage in self gratification. What are grihasthas doing? Oh, grihasthas are gone to Italian club or Indian club. The grihastha, where are they? They've gone for movies. No, that is not grihastha, that's grihani. But a grihastha is supposed to earn. If grihastha doesn't earn, who will support the temple? Yes. So who's supporting the temple? Finance comes from grihasthas. So unless they do material activities, how will they do? So material activities means to make money. That's material. Therefore, if they do not take to deity worship, they are falling down this. I can't say more than this. Yes, they definitely fall down. Because they cannot counter that asat sangha. So surely they positively assume means surely. 100% they will fall down. So Bharat Gopal Vishnu Maharaj was very strict about this. He would instruct all his Rasta disciples, everyone should have some beauty, worship. On his seva. Best is if they can come in the temple and serve. He wanted them to go. Because when you're serving in temple, the Lord at home is also serving. There's no problem. But service should be there every day. That feeling will come. Before we go to material activities, first do spiritual activities. So, deity worship means following the rules and regulations precisely. That will keep one steady in devotion service. So why do we have so many rules and regulations? To keep steady. How many of you have driven cars in India? Good. How many of you have driven car in Canada? Those of you who raised hands for both the questions, please answer. Both the hands. What is the difference?
Here we follow rules.
Very good, very good. Here we follow.
Right side or left side, right?
That is one thing, but we follow rules. How many rules are here? First time I came to Canada, I could see Amritsar Ibu is there online. He would see like this. Did I do something, Prabhu? No, Prabhu. Here he told me first time. There is a rule, Prabhu. Your leg should move. But he himself would move. How shocking for you. You come to any cross and there is a stop sign. Wherever they want, they put some stop sign. You have to come to a full stop. In Toronto, one devotee casually just went ahead. He slowed down and went ahead. Immediately he got ticket. Police came. He came with camera. Hey, you're watching, okay? First one is asking to your friends. Hi, how's it going there? Hey, this is a camera. Anything that you say can go against everything's being recorded. Alright? And he started like my one. What did you do? I asked the dog later. He said when the stop sign is there, you're supposed to come to a complete stop. And then go ahead. After that, we are never going to drive here. So many rules. For you, it's all common. So rules. What happens with the rules? The traffic is steady, right? You see that percentage of accidents. You hardly find much accidents happen because everybody is afraid. If I don't follow this rule, what will happen? Ticket. There was one devotee who gave this car to his daughter to drive. And at 100 zone, she drove at 120. He got ticket of $700. He took the car key away from his daughter. 1 year, I'm not going to give you. Come after 1 year. $700 ticket. What is the hourly pay? Per person, $15, $20 hourly pay. So how many hours of salary he has lost by giving the key to daughter? So these are things people calculate. So you lose money. That's how to punish everyone is there. Very clear. You want to punish Shudra, Shudra needs beatings. That's the only way he understands. 3 years beatings. He's Lato Kabut. He needs beatings. The Vaishya, how is he punished? We put fine. Then he understands what is fine. Oh, sorry, you pay fine, $1,000. Oh. Then he will not do the mistake. Kshatriyas, how to punish a Kshatriya? Insult that fellow. For him, dishonor is worse than death. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? So for Kshatriya, you accept that person is worse than death. And for Brahmana, what you have to do? I didn't expect this from you. That's all. The Brahmana will commit suicide. I'm not behaved as per ideal standards. That is too much for him to bear. He will go into such a guilt trip. I didn't behave as per. I didn't behave as per. So your rules and regulations of deity worship are for what? To make us steady. That we become steady in bhakti. That's why there are so many rules and regulations. That's why you find Canada traffic is well. Generally, householders have, and then the wives of householders should be engaged in, just as women acting as teachers care for the children in nursery. What is the connection to this point? That you cannot neglect children. Prabhupada is mentioning that also. You are also children, but you should not neglect. So, thus, Grihastha devotees must adopt the Archana Vidhi or deity worship according to the suitable arrangements and directions given by the spiritual master. At home, yes, there will be some directions. So, Maharaj, how many artis? Track 2 artis. How to do Maharaj? Okay. Morning you do, evening you do. Husband one arti, wife one arti. So, like that, they will prescribe some regulation. How much to do morning you have to rush one. Okay, morning do arti, evening do arti. So, like that, some basis the time, place, circumstances, you get some. Okay, fine. At least do one big arti in the Gaura arti. Have that. So, some kind of directions like this we get. And when worship. Temple, there is no compromise. Temple, first of all, deity ministry of ISKCON is very strict. They will give us sanction only if they are seeing we have number of brahmanas. So they have all these rules. If you are bringing Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, they want to see. All Nitai, 8 brahmanas are there, dedicated. Make schedule and show. If then there is Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, all right, you have to show 10 brahmanas. Radha Krishna, 12 brahmanas. All three, 12 plus 10 plus 8. 30. 20, 30. 30 brahmanas you have to show. Then you can do that. So this is all very strict. Come on, how will you do? What will you offer? Balbo. Have you filled the forms? They have done all this. Big research and also seeing everything. Yes, it's not easy. So it's very strict standard there. And the strict standards will keep us very safe. Right? To the degree the rules are strict, to that degree we'll be safe. And there are no rules. And let rules, no worry. Then the safety is not there. Regarding those unable to take to the deity worship in the temple, there is the following statement in Agni Purana. So somebody is not able to do worship in temple. Yes, may not be second initiated, may not be initiated, whatever. Any householder devotee circumstantially unable to worship the deity must at least see the deity worship. Hare Krishna. That's what most of us do, right? The pujari is worshipping, what they are doing? See. So in this way, he may also achieve success. Hare Bol. So you just see the devotee worshipping deities, and then you also get the same benefit. But for that, we have to come to the temple and see. For that, you have to get up. So at least one day, that we play the one day match. So every Saturday morning, at least we can try to come. Yes, we can try to come and do the whole program, the morning program. So many devotees are there in that, so we can do that one program. The special purpose of deity worship is to keep oneself always pure. That's what. That's Brahminical life, pure life and free life. Grihastha devotees should be actual examples of. There's a Shastric statement, and please don't ask me to quote which Shastra. Is in this age the brahmacharis will be very unclean. They won't maintain that level of cleanliness. But Grihasthas can be that example of cleanliness. Yes. So many times our teachers would take us to Grihastha, just see how they are keeping their home clean. So clean their homes. Like that, you have to keep the ashram clean. Yes. And we know they have cleaned us before we came. We know. We are all coming next way, they have to be clean. Deity worship should be continued along with, but deity worship should never be blank. And sometimes when deity worship, there's no devotee, what they do? You know that? They play the tape, right? Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhupada. Something should be going on. It's not blank. Only the worship is going on. There has to be some kirtan. And every arti actually has a kirtan associated. Mangalarti, Guru Ashtaki. Then after that we have the Darshanarti, Shringararti. We have Govinda, Adi Purvisham. Yes, that is the Shringararti. Then during the Mangal Bhog Arti, Bhagavatam class, that's also kirtan. People are listening at a Mangal Bhog Arti. Then there is Raj Bhog Arti. In that, Yashomati Nandana, Rajavarena. Yes, that is there. Then the Vaikaliki Arti, when the Lord gets up at 4:30, then there is Prabhupada Kirtan, because that time normally devotees are not. Sandhya Arti? Yes, Gaur Arti. And Shayan Arti? Okay, usually some people they have Shayan Arti also. The Shayan Arti, there is Sruti Kirtans. Have you heard of all the soft Kirtans? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So they are all Shayan Arti Kirtans. So that Lord and devotee both will don't everyone to sleep. So that kind of tune you should sing. Because Nama Om Vishnu Padaya. Krishna not in the night, we can't do that. There's a kirtan, there's a raga for every time. So that time you have to sing soft. Yes. Therefore, every mantra is preceded by the word Namaha or Om, Namaha, Aim, Klim, Shrim. Yeah, these are all the mantras, Shruti mantras. And it ends with Nama. This is the beginning, this is the ending. Nama means I worship. Nama, no false ego. I'm sacrificing my ankar. Ma, this ma is ankar. I'm sacrificing. Nama, that's ends with it. In all the mantras, there are specific of which the Grihastha devotees must take advantage. Again and again, Prabhupada is talking about Grihastha devotees. How many times is Prabhupada used Grihastha devotees here? Many times. Yeah, many times. Because this Archana Vidhi is especially to be done. Yes. There are many mantras which precede by the word Namaha, but if one chants the holy name of Lord, he receives the result of chanting Namaha many times. So we all recite the Archana mantras, etc. There is Krishna Ashtottara mantra. Said Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, like this Namaha Namaha. Oh, I don't know anything. Don't worry, chant Hare Krishna. Dhruv Maharaj, when he was about to go back to Godhead, that time the four personalities, Nanda, Sanatana, and they all came, Sudarshan, they all came together to receive Dhruv Maharaj. And he had no clue what to do, what Nama should I chant. And he completely lost it. So he did Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There's actually a way in which we welcome sannyasis and senior devotees to the temple. And those rules, if you watch how to welcome sannyasi, this first canto, 13th chapter, how the Pandavas are welcoming Vidura. There's so many rules. Pada Sauchasana, Asana, Bhojana, yes, then Raksharana, and then after the Shayana, coming back, again Asana, so many things. Before that, we don't know all these things. So what we do? Go to airport, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then some devotees go with garland, give the garland, chant, and when the Maharaj is coming to temple, oh here also one garland, and all devotees are welcoming. You have done that? That's the way. That's what we know. So more than all this nama, 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 everything, just chant Hare Krishna. Mantra tastantra taschitram deshakalani vastuna sarvam karoti nischitram anusankirtanam. There may be so many rules and regulations in the Shastras and lots of rules. My God, we may not be able to follow any of them. But sarvam karoti nischitram. Any fault also there. You chant the holy name, there is no fault. Right? Even Prabhupada, when he was having a sannyas ceremony, So in sannyas ceremony, all the sannyas mantras were all being recited. There was one devotee who was doing Hare Krishna was chanting, and these who were doing the pandits who were doing the mantra. And Prabhupada looked at that devotee became quiet. Prabhupada will chant. Then he continued chanting. Because Prabhupada had that faith in Buddha. He chanted all that. In fact, the Krishna Balram Mandir in Vrindavan, Prabhupada said, organize a huge journey and all devotees were Prabhupada. You talked about holy name and all that. Prabhupada said, yes, holy name is there. And Lord is very happy. Yatra Gayanti Mat Bhakta Tastatra Tatra Tishtami Narada. I am there where my devotees seek the holy name. But this yajna and all this pomp is for outside people. It is for them. For our devotees, we have to be convinced. You chant and dance and be happy, Lord is there with us. No problem. Chanting the names of the Lord, one can reach the platform of love. One may ask, what is the necessity to become? How many of you had this question at some point of time? Nobody, everyone wants initiation. Yeah, we all had this question. Is it compulsory to get initiated also? The answer is that even though the chanting of holy name is sufficient to enable one to progress in spiritual life to the standard of love of God, too, one is nonetheless susceptible to contamination because of possessive. Consequently, special stress is given to devotion. One should therefore regularly take advantage of both Bhagavad process and Pancharatri. Because the contamination will come. It will be there. Because we are having a material body, we are in a material world, we are surrounded with these people. So many chances of us getting contaminated. What is Diksha Vidhi? Sanatana Goswami gives a beautiful example of what is Diksha. He says just like a bell metal is mixed with mercury, it becomes gold. This process is called as alchemy. The art of producing gold is called alchemy. Similarly, a soul who's covered by the chitta, the impure consciousness, comes in contact with Guru and becomes a very pure offering to Krishna. That process is called as spiritual alchemy, Diksha. Divyam Jnanam Dado Yakya Purvam Papasya Sakshaya. Is given the transcendental spiritual knowledge and his all sinful activities are nullified. That is the process of Diksha. Right? And yeah, that's very important to get rid of contamination. So I went 5 minutes over time to respect the forum. I'm pausing here. Tomorrow we will discuss the other limbs as we proceed. We may have to pause this DT version here. We have discussed enough. Any questions? For 5 minutes we can have some questions and we'll continue.
What are the aspects of
Bhagavata Vidhi is Shravanam and Kirtanam mainly. Prabhupada already mentioned that. So that is Bhagavata. Hearing and chanting. What the Bhagavatam says. Hearing and chanting. Yes. So hearing the holy name and glorifying Krishna and thus remembering the pastimes of Krishna. That is Bhagavata. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaran. These three mainly. Whole day will happen naturally. We are at sadhana bhakti, we have a particular time for our sadhana, particular time for duty, particular time for family, particular time for service, balance. And when one goes beyond all this, yes, it is said the 11th canto Bhagavatam 20th chapter 9th verse says that Tavat karmani kurvita na nirvidyate yavata mat katha shravanadava shraddha yavat na jayate. Till the time we don't have complete faith in the chanting and hearing, till that time we should perform all materialistic activities, duties. We have to perform all the worldly duties. But the moment we have developed that complete shraddha, there is no need. Naturally, we will chant materials. Okay? That will become natural. That cannot be artificial. At our stage, whatever is prescribed, we do that. And a little extra if we have time. But then other time we should do our duties. And then eventually we will come to the platform where we chant constantly. Right? There was one devotee in Vrindavan. Prabhupada was present, and there was a halwai. You know what's a halwai? A sweet meat shop maker. He was a sweet maker. So he came there, he offered obeisances. Prabhupada looked at him and he said, he spoke in Hindi. Bhagwan, why don't you make sweets for our Krishna Balram? He agreed. Prabhupada then gave first, second initiation. And the other devotees told Prabhupada, this fellow just came. He doesn't know any philosophy, he never read any books. He said nothing. Prabhupada said, you have only one service. You don't need to chant Gayatri, you don't need to chant, you just have to cook for my Krishna Balram. That's it. I want the best. You're the best person in the Vraj. I want the best person to be offered to Krishna. So he would only cook. That was his service. Right. One day, Prabhupada was going on inspection. Prabhupada would go to all his projects and he would tell, okay, how is this notice board? What is paper? What is that? Why is light? Why is the water leaking? He would see all details. He would go around. And when he was going around, he heard somebody singing the Hare Krishna mantra. Prabhupada became very happy. He said, fine, who is singing? Very happy. He's singing very purely. Who is that person? He's singing pure name. And the devotees found out it was the devotee in the kitchen was cooking. While cooking, he will always keep singing. Yes, he will always sing the Kirtan is the name. So that is natural. When you do the sadhana, you're blessed with Kirtan is the name. Of course, we have to become Trinada, which means Amani Man. We need to do that's a homework. We have to practice that. Of course, when we chant, we become naturally. But till the time we don't become naturally like that, we will practice. All right. Any online devotees? Any blessings? Okay. Thank you all very much. It was wonderful. Again, I would like to beg forgiveness for the delay in the starting of class. Nevertheless, I really appreciate all of your patience in coming and being participating. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki Shri Bhagavatam. Namaste Gaur Thank you. Well in the morning.